Someone asked this question: how do you act elegantly when someone looks down on you in terms of height, color, race, and things that are natural and cannot be changed? I saw this question in another creator's comments. This is very relevant because it's an example of things people go through in real life and sometimes find it difficult to help themselves out of. Hi, it's good to have you here. I'm A.Any, and today I'll be sharing with you tips on how to maintain elegance despite your background, your looks, or your features. Before I go on, I would like you to please click the red subscribe button and like this video. I like the fact that she added things that cannot be changed at the end of her question. So my first tip here is to love yourself. Understand and accept these things about yourself. They cannot be changed, so you have to love yourself that way. These are your truth. This is how you were created. This is who you really are. So accept your truth. Your appearance, your background, your race, your height. These things cannot be changed, and you just have to embrace it, cherish it. Also, you have to take care of yourself. And very, very importantly, you always have to remember God's truth about you and not what people have to say or even how they treat you. Loving yourself will serve as a foundation to the other points I'm going to share, because if you don't love yourself, I honestly do not see how the other points are going to work. Secondly, you need to own who you are with confidence. See it as a gift. There is a reason why you are made that way. There is a reason why you belong to a particular race. Do not forsake these reasons all because people are looking down at you. I mean, who do they think they are to be looking down on you? Are they God? For example, I will own the fact that I am a Nigerian. I will own my skin tone. I will own my accent with so much pride because it's part of my identity. These things remind me of who I am and where I am from. And I can't really change all of that unless I want to be lying to myself. So when you're so confident about what you are, at some point, the people that are looking down on you will get so curious and some might get impressed. They'll be like, wow, this girl is so short, but the way she carries herself though. Or wow, this girl is so black, but she really takes care of that skin. It's so beautiful. Or how do you think people started loving very black skin all of a sudden? You think it's by dark people sulking about how God made them? Oh God, I'm too black, I cannot believe this. No, it's because they started owning their truth. They started carrying it with confidence. Well, some people might hate your guts when you start being confident, but that's really their problem and not yours. You know what? They should deal with their insecurities and their hate by themselves. That's none of your concern at all. But the truth is, some of them might be intimidated by your guts. So be proud of who you are and where you're from. That is your truth. Thirdly, build tough skin. I've heard of instances where people get bullied or discriminated because of their skin, especially in foreign countries. I know that really sucks, even if I've not experienced it firsthand. But just know that whenever people behave like that towards you, it's due to ignorance and insecurity. Because if they were really not ignorant, they would know not to discriminate. And they would also know that being whatever they are does not make them more human than you. We are equally humans. I need you to always remember that we are all equally humans. So do not feel intimidated. Do not feel inferior because you feel like this person is this and you're this. No, don't. So just because they are deemed more privileged does not mean that you don't have equal rights to opportunities. Well, sadly, that's not the case in real life, but yeah, just have it at the back of your mind that it's just because they are deemed privileged. And if they were also not insecure at all, they would mind their business, and you being different from them would not bother them at all. So you cannot let an ignorant person determine how you feel about yourself or your self-acceptance. Nah. Remember, God's truth only. My fourth point, carry and package yourself well. I know it's sad, but people are still ignorant and they will treat you how you're dressed. People will treat you poorly if you are dressed a certain way. And in all honesty, there is nothing you can do about it. So knowing this, carry yourself well, dress well. For heaven's sake, do not complain that you're being treated like crap when you present yourself like crap. Like I said, there is nothing you can do about people's ignorance in that aspect, so just carry yourself the way you want to be addressed, okay? Stop looking down on yourself and exalting people over you. It's when you start seeing people on top of you that their ignorance will get to you, okay? If you see yourself as equals, their ignorance will not get to you. You just be like, oh no, this person is just stupid. No matter where you're from, or how tall, or how short, or how black you are, carry yourself well, dress well, speak well, take care of your appearance and your mind. If you start to see yourself as inferior and you act inferior, that is exactly how you will carry yourself. But if you see yourself in a positive light, you will act like it and it will show in your confidence. So don't ever dwell on the fact that you can never be as good as people because of how you were made. No. This is your natural endowment. You are meant to use it. Don't insult God by seeing how He created you as nothing to be happy about. Don't. Now, my last point, which honestly should have been my first point, is to just ignore. That is it. This is pretty straightforward. Just ignore. The person asked how you can act elegantly when people look down on you. And in my own opinion, ignoring is a very, very elegant thing to do. You don't have to start challenging people or go to tell them something to prove a point that may stir up a fight. You do not have to prove anything to them with words. Don't. When you are confident about loving yourself and you act like it, I guess they will have all their answer. So there is no need to use words. When they see you, they already know the answer to their question. So whatever they say or do is really not your concern unless they are harassing you with it, okay? Now that's a problem. Then in that case, I would say you can stand up to them, but please don't fight. Or you can report them to appropriate authorities, or better still, if you can, please just stay away from such people. You don't need such negative vibes in your life or around you. Stay away from them if you can. If it's at your workplace, ignore them. If it's possible for you to ignore them, like just stay in a different space from them, do that, or start looking for another work environment. It is not compulsory to work in toxic environments, okay? So start looking for other opportunities if you're not happy. I mean, in all honesty, workplace should be a place that you should be happy with, not a place that you dread going to every morning because one person is bullying you or harassing you, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope I've been able to adequately put together and communicate my tips on how to act elegantly when you're looked down on. I would like you to comment your key takeaways, and if you have questions or you would like to contribute to the tips, please leave a comment. So if you've experienced this, you've been looked down on, and somehow you've tackled it, or maybe you're still in the process of tackling it, let's know what you're doing so that others can learn. I've not really been in that shoe where I'm being looked down on because of my color or my race. I would say maybe I've been beefed or people were jealous of it. Come to think of it, I think it's jealousy that is worrying those people. They're jealous of you. Okay, so please subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications. Share with somebody who will find it helpful. You can also join our community for elegant women to interact with like-minded people, learn, share, and grow on your journey to becoming elegant. If you're finding it hard to deal or you're finding it hard to apply these tips that I just shared with you, you can talk to me in a one-on-one call. With that, you can book a session via the link in the description below. Until my next video, where I do hope to see you, please do stay beautiful, stay elegant, and stay blessed. And stay confident. Okay? Alright, bye.